Hello, my Saggies. Oh my goodness. I have missed you guys so much. Happy spring. Happy April to all of you. And let's get started with your reading. So, those of you who've been following me for a while, you know how I generally do it. The first half will be about you and your situation, the second half will be about your soulmate, okay? Whatever comes out, also, it could be love, career, finances, whatever, emotions, anything really. Um, Now, keep in mind, these are general, so it may or may not resonate with your situation, and the energies can be flip flopped, especially for cross watchers, or maybe even you, whatever way it goes. But for something tailored to your specific situation, you will need a private reading. Okay, now I do offer live one on ones and also pre recorded readings, where you send me your questions and I send you a private video for you to watch. Um, Now, most of you do choose the live reading. That's my favorite as well. I find it more, personable. But anywho, let's get started here. So Saggy, there's a big energy here. Okay, the Tower, right off the bat. And you know what it feels like is this feels like a reading for those of you who were in a breakup, or right off the bat, it feels like, if it's whether it's a romantic breakup or a job break, it does feel though like a breakup. Okay, like somebody really did you in. And the bottom of this deck, I'm going to probably be using both of these because I feel it. We have wisdom. And what this feels like is, see, the way he's drawn, though, I feel it is like his back is turned to me and more to this tower. I feel a big energy of, though you may be broken up with somebody, a situation went sour. What I feel is maybe where you were once, very angry, and I feel there was some genuine anger. I'm seeing in my head, a lot of faces, and just, I also feel like, you went through maybe those days where you didn't want to eat. You didn't want to talk to anyone. You didn't want to, go out. Or, you may have just wanted to be alone. Or you just wanted to cry, whatever. Yell to yourself. Just yell in your pillow, whatever. And what I feel, though, is a lot of you have gone through the darkest part already. You face the darkness of the situation, of what maybe I feel like that person did to you. Maybe blaming yourself. How did I allow this to happen? A lot of things. And it feels also quite emotional as well. But I feel like it's almost like you learned, or you've gotten to a place maybe now where you've learned wisdom from it. Through the hellfire comes a greater understanding, I feel, of yourself, like what you will allow, or what you did allow, right, in the past. Or maybe just, if it wasn't that, it could just be, again, like that some people are just, they do what they're going to do. They resonate, they vibrate at a certain energy. And maybe it's nothing that you allow. Maybe it just, they did it and it happened. And you were just, a victim of some crappy shit. But though what it feels like is there is wisdom that was learned from it. And if that was the case, now I just saw 412, which is a very important number for me. That's my grandmother. And I feel it's almost like, how like a lot of times elderly people, they've been through so many things in life, and some really know how to deal with it and how to get through it. That's almost what I feel here. And it's like, how do I say this? When crappy things happen to you, it's more like an energy of, what the wisdom is, like knowing that life is unpredictable. People are unpredictable, right? Things can happen right at any time. And it's like learning how to navigate that and process that. because I do feel like a sense of almost of peace. You know, it's kind of like rewriting what makes you up, you know, how you look at things. It's like your viewpoints, I feel, have changed. And for the better. You're in a much better energy. Now, there's the four of, okay, I feel like you may have been dealing with somebody who was unreasonable. You know, there's like this energy of a mind game player. Okay, this feels like mind games and ooh, this six of pentacles, the high priest. You know what I feel like is it's somebody who gave breadcrumb. They may have breadcrumbed you or made you feel like it. You know, I also get an energy of like a cheater. A lot of things coming through, and it feels very annoying to me. It's like someone who would give you a breadcrumb, a cookie, a crumb, and when you would maybe call it out, it's like, how dare, I'm giving you everything I can, when you know they're not. When you know they have their hand maybe in somebody else's cookie jar, or they're just like playing games with you in general, you know, withholding information, what they're doing, who they're with, you know, like, and not even, again, you know, like just basic info, basic, oh, what are you doing today? You know, it's like you probably get some vague answer. I'm getting that, you know, like, oh, what do you need to know for? Who the hell says that? That's kind of what I'm feeling. That's not something you say to somebody that you're like, you know, I get this like resistance. Because this person did have a lot of secrets. They were playing my games with you. And I feel like the wisdom maybe that was learned is to, more you try to like prolong it, it's not going to work. And I feel the wisdom is to just walk away from those types. Let them play their mind games if they want to. Let them not trust. Let them do it. Goodbye. Not with me. Okay, sacrifice and firm foundation. You see, this firm foundation, what this feels like is, okay, here's the foundation crumble that was not firm. They couldn't handle the story, right? Like the test of time, or the test of, I want to say life, almost, in a way. In other words, it's not sustainable. And even like, you know, just like normal wear and tear. You ever notice like nowadays how things that, I'm going to use this as an analogy, like, you know, if you go to like Greece, right, you see the Acropolis and the Parthenon is still standing after all those years. Or even something more mundane like nowadays, like if you have, like, you've ever noticed like appliances from the 60s, the 70s, even the 80s, those damn things lasted. Anything you buy nowadays, it's usually broken within 5 years, 10 years, you need a new one. Something goes wrong. Just a few months ago, you know, we had a microwave, one that we bought on the top, and, you know, it gets installed. Okay, the damn thing just stopped working after maybe 3 years, 4 years. And, you know, that's more what I'm saying. And then we had an old refrigerator that lasted, it was from like maybe the 90s, lasted for what, 90, 2000, 2010. It was like 25 years. That's what I'm saying. And it's like an energy of that which kind of it's showing you like, okay, now there's a time to build a firmer foundation. And I feel like you've done that within yourself. I feel like a lot of healing work and a lot of shadow work. A lot of shadow has been done with this soulmate. It brought out a lot in you. And just, you know, even things that you had to experience. Whether it was your, you know, or not. And it's like an energy, look at that, suffering and silence. And it feels like you did do that for a while. Respectably so. positive movement. You see, it's like an energy of, through that suffering, when do we move on? And I feel like you are making positive movement forward from that. But moving on. You see, this deck has a lot of different, I love this deck. Someone sent this to me, and you know who you are, so thank you very much. I feel like you're not letting it debilitate you anymore. You're finding your prosperity again. You're finding your abundance that was there already before you. But from the suffering, we have to go through these things. We have to go through the darkness sometimes in order to come out in the light. There's no shame in that. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing. It's natural and healthy, I feel, to move on. And I feel like you've done that. Or are doing it. See, funny, I shuffled and shadow came out again. You had to go through it in order to reach a state almost of harmony, of peace again. Transformation. Now, there's this discontent, but you see, there's this energy of, it can even be with somebody who, this person whoever you're with, feels like they were a little bored, discontent. And it feels like that's what, if you were cheated, that's what it feels. It's almost like chronic. And you can't have a healthy relationship with somebody who is constantly in this energy. Someone who's not on a certain level. I'm getting an energy too of, again, like this person maybe never made you feel important to them. Again, there are certain things, right, that we need to do for ourselves, right? We don't need that much. We shouldn't need that much validation, right? But there are certain things, that we need from our partner. But I feel like it's more like, how can they do that when, they got their hands in other people's cookie jars? I feel like a lot of unfaithful energy, a lot of shady energy. Your priorities aren't straight. I feel like there were good times, though. But the bad outweighed the good. There's the waiting game. You see, it's like waiting, for this, that, and the other thing. At some point, maybe like even waiting for the partnership. It could have been like waiting for a marriage, waiting for a commitment, waiting for someone to settle down, whatever. Get their finances in order. But, I think when people love each other, certain things, as long as there is a commitment to making it work, those things fall into place. It's when someone is kind of playing games with you, emotional withdrawal. Could have even been that if it wasn't cheating. It's, it's just, there's only so much you can do with that. And that's why it had to crumble. This feels like it was it was going to happen eventually kind of thing. But now, it's interesting. Now, look, there is hope. And I feel like whether it's, I don't know if it's with that person, truth. I think it's more because you know the truth. Now there is hope to create new love in your life. Let me see. Let me see, is there hope in this situation with this soulmate? How are they? What's their energy like? Queen of Cups. Okay, they're guilt. I feel like an energy of guilt. They know they did wrong. Temperance. The Devil and the Fool. Prince. Devil. Ugh. This person feels like a chronic, like a habitual drama starter. Like, I don't know if it's, I think they have the capability to, but they're very stuck in a rut. I feel like almost a habitual cheater. Not that they couldn't change that, but I don't know that they're ready to. They feel very conflicted inside, out of balance, looking for like external stimuli to be happy, to feel happy. It just feels like they're like almost a commitment phobe. Like things can be going very well with someone, and when it gets to a certain point, they sabotage it. I don't want to be this close. It's quite destructive. And yet they love you. Yet they have feel. It's really quite a crapshoot. They feel like somebody who wants a relationship, who wants like support and this and that, but also quite selfish. Feels like it's drama when you express something, but when they express something, it needs to be taken and accepted and swallowed. If you're being vague, it's a problem. But if they're being vague, well, you just need to accept it. Don't start drama with me. They're a real piece of work. And I feel, though, like this person feels like they could really do with some professional help. Some of them may even be like, I'm getting like addictions, drinking, drugs, or just even like compulsive, addictive personality. There's like this energy, like addicted to ever the hell it is. They have a big issue with pride, and I feel like maybe their upbringing, there's a big energy of like an abusive father or lack of that kind of, I feel like, I even feel an energy of like a mother. It's like an energy of, they have this constant need to kind of prove that they're in control and no one tells me what to do, but like their ego clashes with their loving side, and it's like a mishmash, but their energy is very aggressive. They can dish it out, but they can't handle it. There's a big energy of like everything they do falls apart. Well, it's because the energy they're putting out, they're playing mind games with too many people. There's like an energy of someone who's not close with anybody in their life. And they really don't have, and I feel like it's because they don't put out a genuine energy. You're taking advantage of me, you're doing this and that. Okay, but what are you doing? When they do it, it needs to be accepted. But when someone calls them out, it triggers them. I get like a very hypocritical kind of energy. It's quite self-destructive and childlike. Just feels like someone who does not accept responsibility for themselves, honestly, and for their actions. And it's chronic. It's like they need help. The way they look at relationship, it's like they're looking for a pill, a pain pill. Very hurtful. It just feels like a very tumultuous relationship. You know, a lot of guilt, like, oh, please, just give me another chance. And but then they don't do anything about it. It's quite arrogant. It's quite manipulative. You know, it's like, and it's sad. It's like a lot of regret, a lot of guilt, but I also don't see anything happening. Like it goes, you know, like maybe a week, a month, and then they just revert right back. Ultimately, it just feels like they want to feel good. It's like destination addiction. See, and there's the tower. It just feels like they're in a place where things fall apart. I do get an energy of them maybe reaching out to you, but it feels like you may ignore them, or, you know, it feels like, it doesn't feel like you would entertain them. You would have a choice with this person. But I feel them kind of manipulating. I feel you being very curt with them. They may try to like throw on the love, throw on the, you know, the hearts and flowers, and you just may be disinterested. Or, you know, like, I need some time. I need some time. I think more the question that, you know, is this person up to par for you? I feel like it's a very important decision that you will need to make. Are we compatible? Are they stable enough? Do they mean what they say? I do feel you, though, having a choice to make. You will be presented with it. Please, dear angels, dear God, dear universe, for Saggy. How does this particular soulmate feel about Sagittarius? Oh, the Page of Cups. See, they're coming out more like the Star. I feel them as detached. It's like this energy of, yeah, they care about you, they love you. But I feel it more like they're spiritually very young. Faith. What they say isn't what they mean. See, it's a very sexual energy. They like your stability. They like your... It's almost like, I'm going to be really blunt. Everything that they're not is what they like or love about you. I can't sugarcoat it. They like that you're loving. They like that you're giving. They like that you give off light. And I feel like it's like... I need to be really blunt. It's like they want a piece of a cake. But they don't do anything to support, nourish. It's not even like the crumbs. It's like they want like the full piece of cake. But what the hell do you do to earn it? It's like, you just come in expecting, the whole cake when, like, I'm even getting an image of it, like if you go to the supermarket and they're giving out samples. This is someone who's like, no, I don't want the sample. I want the full cake. Give me the whole cake to take home. Who the hell are you? And where the hell you get away with that mindset? Go to hell. I just feel like they need, and I'm very like empathetic with them. I feel they need like a bit of a reality check. Their thinking is, I get it, and I know what they're about, but it's a very destructive kind of energy. It's nothing stable. This is someone who will push limits, push boundaries. It's toxic ego. Big emotions, but it's what they're not working together. The ego, it's like I want what I want and I shouldn't have to do anything to get it. I should just get it because I'm who I am. That may work on some people, but after a while that gets old. This person doesn't feel big on reciprocity or stability. Let me see any guidance, final guidance for Sagittarius. I almost said it funny, Aquarius. It may be an Aquarius, or they may have placement in Aquarius. The Hermit. Be very wise here. I feel make your choice wisely in love, Saggy. The Lovers, and the Hermit. There's an energy of wisdom coming through here, but I feel make your choice wisely with this person. And I feel the Fool. It's like an energy of I feel you could have this person back if you want, but do you want them back? I also feel an energy of with this person, don't feel like you need to be walking on eggshell. They may had or have had you feeling like they were the best thing that could have happened to them. Or that, you can't live your life without me. Or, I'm the best you could do. There's more of an energy of, I think, let's get it off the plate. Like, I'm going to be fine without you and you would be fine without me. But there's an energy, respect needs to be present between both. And what I feel like is, should you choose to go back with this person, you will need stronger boundaries, or like not tolerating certain things will actually not tolerate it. A firmer hand would be needed. Sexually it may be there, this and that, but I feel like emotionally is where there's the King and the Queen of Cups. And what's interesting is the King came out on their side. Your side is the Queen of Cups with the World. The World for me is always like disinterest. Not really interested. And what it feels like is if it's almost like if there's no love, there's no emotion, there's no connection. Or no friendship, there's no connection. If you love me, you need to say it. I think with this person, I even want to go so far as say, well, then show it. Show it. And not just when you want something. Commit. Do something. Not this bullshit, like this kind of bullshit. Which is, again, this is fun. This is like getting to know you energy. It's friendly. But friendly doesn't cut it after a while. This person needs to learn to respect you some more. And I feel like there's an energy of like being more, holding a boundary more with them it's almost like to avert further heartbreak. It may hurt you to stay away from, but it's more like you have to teach them how to treat you. We teach people how to treat us. And if they don't, then you can't tolerate it, certain things. With them, I feel like a strong, or like a stronger approach is needed. You know, like, you can't have this and not commit to me. You don't get that kind of treatment from me. No, we're not flirting. No, we're not. No. Why would I waste my time on someone who doesn't want to commit to me? You know what I mean? I love you, but that's not good for either of us. It's not good for me. Maybe good for you because you're getting the cake. You're getting your cake and eating it too, but how is that right? No. That just feels like a bit of a taker energy. There is a lot of love there, though, but this one needs a lot of emotional work. So, boundary, it's like guard up. And I get more of like, by holding your boundary, it will teach people, them included, to respect you. Okay? And they may get pissed. They may do this, call you this, that, and the other thing. Oh, you're so difficult. Well, okay. Okay. Whatever. Because I'm getting like a kind of bitter energy from this. But why? Because you're being held accountable. That's what that person needs. All right. Let me get some final messages for you, Sagittarius. Either way, I am getting a relationship available to you. Very attractive. You're coming out as very attractive. And I feel like, should you be interested in another guy or gal, your energy is coming out like there are suitors who are maybe interested in you. The question is, will you break the ice? I get an energy, you know, maybe you're still healing, maybe you're still doing that, but I feel like there is an opportunity for a very stable relationship. This also feels like some flirtation, some, you know, like the openings of something. I'm sorry, not the openings, the opening, but more the beginnings of something. And I feel like there's an energy of being sexy. You know, it feels like... this feels like sexy, but this feels reserved. And it's the perfect balance. It's like not throwing yourself, but throwing a little bit. You know, it's the right balance. Create a stable foundation. Don't give more than you're receiving. Within reason. Keep it real. Funny because I'm seeing in my head that emoji on the foot, you know, the 100 with the lines. Let them show you that they're capable of taking care of themselves in a way, but also you. I actually see two people coming together. And this feels like in a healthier way. It's like, you know, where you're both kind of supporting one another. And it feels like it happens kind of slowly, you know, like trust gets built. You're not giving everything. They're not giving everything. And that's the way it should be. That's what I would like to see. And then we're built slowly. You know, and then, okay, the King and the Queen of Swords just came out together. I get this energy of, my goodness. know how to say this. And then one day it feels like it just changes. You know, like that just feels like a very fun, you know, like where you can maybe joke around with each other, you know, like throw some, you know, some digs, you know, like some funny jokes at one another, you know, like, ooh, you know, you're like, ooh, look at your face today. Oh my God, your hair. You know what I mean? Like the funny stuff where no one gets buttered and it's more just, it's funny. I'm like, oh God, you know, you couldn't put on a shirt. You know, like just funny stuff. Good old-fashioned humor. A couple of digs, a couple that, you know, but it's all in good fun. And it just feels like a very funny kind of connection happening where like you feel good, they feel good, and it's very friendly. Wow. King, look at the Queen of Pentacles and this for me is always the Empress in this. This is like someone who's not afraid to get his or her hands dirty, but is humble and stable. Next to the Queen of Pentacles, this is like a very good energy coming to you. But I feel like it's you embodying it. And I do feel an energy of a new soulmate, okay? Should you be into that. But it does feel like something that starts off kind of platonic. You know, like maybe where you're both not going there, and then one day it just feels like it goes there. Feels like kind of a respectable guy or gal. Little traditional, old school. Justice. The scales will be balanced. All right. Let me just get you a final oracle card, Saggy. I feel like I want one from here, from the angels. Well, that was quick. Oh, Angel of Communication. Libra got this too. Don't be afraid. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. True, and it's funny. What ended up after is truth. That's exactly what I feel. Okay. God of Conflict Resolution. Now, this deck is filled with a lot of it's angels, gods, and goddesses. The god cards are more for me like masculine energy, which is more like doing, creation, like forceful energy. What it says here is you are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Oh, the angel of families. The angels surround both you and your family at the moment. And so I don't know if there are children involved, and even family for me can also mean like your dear friends. Now, angel of prayer, ask the universe and the angels for help and guidance. You'll get your guidance. You just have to listen to it. And also here, angel of psychic ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. Oh, damn. See, look at this. Now, angel of vision. Someone is not revealing part of the story. Just your feelings over what others say. And there's this, I know what this is. That's the goddess of the unknown. A new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. Right? So I hope this reading resonated with you, Saggy. I'm sending you so much love. And have a beautiful, beautiful week, beautiful month. If you're interested in a private reading, you may email me down below. Okay, that information is in the description box. All my love to you. Bye-bye now.